You know, we've all heard it, right? The secret to success is to just work harder. Put in more hours, more sweat, more sheer effort. But what if that's not the full story? We're going to dive into a pretty powerful idea here that flips that old advice on its head and gives you a focused 90-day plan to become genuinely indispensable.
Okay, take a look at this. It says it all. On one side, you've got someone lifting bricks. That's pure sweat, right? Hard work, paid by the hour. But on the other side, you've got the engineer drawing the blueprint. They're paid for their skill, for the value they create before a single brick even gets moved. They're both working, sure, but the world rewards them in completely different ways. It's the ultimate showdown, sweat versus skill.
And that really brings up a critical question for all of us, doesn't it? When it comes to your own job, what are you really getting paid for? Is it for the hours you log, for just being busy, or is it for a specific valuable skill that you bring to the table, something that's hard for someone else to just jump in and do? It's a tough question, but you've got to ask it.
So that question leads us right into our first big idea, what we're calling the hard work myth. This is that belief we've all been taught that if you just put in more effort, you'll automatically get more rewards. But let's pull that apart a little. Here's the absolute truth of it. The world doesn't actually pay for your sweat. Your boss, your clients, they don't really care how many late nights you pulled. What they care about is the result, the solution, the value. And that value, that's a direct result of your skill, not just how hard you tried. All right, so if grinding harder isn't the answer, then what is? This is where we get to the good stuff, the real core of this idea, the 90-day secret. And just to be clear, this is not about working harder. It's about working smarter on a whole other level. It's a real, tangible plan for a total transformation.
And it all comes down to this one number, 90. That's it, 90 days. 3 months. It's this kind of magic window. You know, it's long enough to actually achieve a level of mastery in something, but it's short enough that it doesn't feel completely overwhelming. It feels doable. Now, here's the challenge, and it sounds a little dramatic, I know. The idea is to disappear from the world. Now, hold on. This doesn't mean you have to become a hermit and go live in a cave. It means you mentally disappear. You tune out the noise, the distractions, the social media scrolling, and you dedicate a small, sacred slice of your day to mastering one specific skill. Just one.
And of course, that immediately brings up the biggest question of all, right? How in the world do you choose your focus? You can't just pick something at random. You've got to find your one high-value skill.
So what even is a high-value skill? Well, according to this framework, it's got to check 3 boxes. 1, it solves a big, important problem. 2, it creates a ton of value for people. And 3, and this is the big one, it makes you incredibly difficult to replace.
So let's make this really personal for a second. I want you to think, what is that one skill for you? Maybe it's coding, maybe it's public speaking, maybe it's becoming an incredible writer. What's the one thing that if you became a true master at it in the next 90 days would be an absolute game changer for your career? You've got to find that thing.
Okay, so once you've got your skill locked in, you need a system, a daily routine. And that's where this beautifully simple idea comes in, the 30-minute hyper-focus cycle. This is the engine that's going to drive your transformation every single day.
And the process itself is it's brilliantly simple. First, you pick a time. Same time every day. Make it a ritual. Second, for those 30 minutes, you go dark. Phone off, notifications off, door closed. No distractions. Third, you practice deliberately. You're not just going through the motions, you're actively trying to get better. And last, and this is so important, you stop at 30 minutes. That's it. This keeps you from burning out and makes it a habit you can actually stick with. And look at this. This really puts it all into perspective. That 30-minute cycle, it's just 2% of your day. 2%. The plan isn't asking you to upend your entire life. It's just asking you to fiercely protect this tiny, superpowered sliver of your day for deep, focused work. Anyone can do that. So, you do this, day in, day out, for 90 days. What happens? Well, it all leads to the ultimate payoff. You make the leap from just being busy to becoming truly indispensable. I mean, the change is just profound. Look at the before and after. You go from being a hard worker to being a skilled specialist. You go from being paid for your effort to being paid for the unique value you deliver. And the most important shift of all, you go from being replaceable to being indispensable. That, right there, is the entire goal.
And that's the whole philosophy in a nutshell. It's a complete mindset shift. You stop trying to optimize for busyness and you start optimizing for mastery. Because let's be honest, when you are so good at something valuable, opportunities don't just come knocking, they kick the door down to find you.
So really, the only question left is the one you see right here. The framework is simple, the time commitment is small. Your 90 days, well, they can start right now. The only thing you have to decide is, what will you master?